It is not uncommon to feel that life is out of control. Thoughts keep coming. We're trying to find something to stand on, something to believe in. And that leads us to a self-image that we like or don't like, and determining a situation, past, present, future, that we like or don't like. It is extremely simple but extremely difficult to use thank, which is to humbly appreciate not knowing, because we believe we need to know. And so the idea is to have unconditional positive self-regard, unconditional self-acceptance for that need to judge and to just say that we know or say that we need to know how things are. Each setback, each thought, each thing not going our way, especially around the vows of chastity and poverty, that is to say, we are drawn to something we desire or the desire to be desired, or vow of poverty, where we have concerns about money above all other things, not about being poor, not about being celibate. You can go there if you want, but this is more subtle. So the setbacks, these breaking of the vows, or desire to break these vows, they invite us as the positive adaptive child, which is the combination of sattva and tamas. And I'll try to link to a talk which explains the connection between tamas and sphere 8 and rajas and sphere 7. So rajas is positive free child. We want to act from positive free child or positive adaptive child. Positive adaptive child, which is sattva with tamas, is that we have restraint, sphere 8, sphere 5, but we are not doing it out of fear, punishment, or rejection. Positive free child, that's rajas and sattva. There we are conquering, or we are exploring, or we are escaping, but not out of fear, not out of desire, but out of joy and love. And so that is what we are linking to the vow of obedience. The obedience is the ability to act as the positive adaptive child that allows the positive free child. And we talk about it as our friendly obligation to make this moment about this moment. We are going to find it challenging to make this moment about this moment if we don't appreciate not knowing. And it's very hard to appreciate not knowing because even in our DNA, knowing that we are good or bad, or knowing how to be good or bad, or situation or person, is linked to safety. If we really were to appreciate not knowing, we would feel safe, but it doesn't seem that way. So that's why we go into, yes, I like who I am. Yes, I like who I am. Yes, I don't like who I am. Yes, but I know. Do you think you know who you are or how life is? I like how it is. I'm happy. I don't like how it is or who I am. I'm sad or I'm mad. I gotta know I'm sad or mad. Those three quadrants is where we're living all or most of our lives. The idea that we don't need to know and that maybe we can't even know. If we go through that circle to appreciate not knowing, then we can come out making this moment about this moment. If we can't appreciate not knowing, then it's extremely impossible, extremely difficult, if not impossible, to make this moment about this moment. In making this moment about this moment, the key is to supporting ourselves to find it by forgiving past failing to make this moment about this moment. Because it'll come up, oh, I didn't do it. And look, the biology of hunger, the biology of reproduction, it's all contrary to making this moment about this moment. That is perhaps why people are fasting, vows of poverty, and vows of celibacy, is because it brings up this time-based fragrance or structure or function of how am I going to get my needs met, or how did I fail to get my needs met. It's completely biological, it's completely understandable. Can we forgive that? And by fasting or celibacy, we just simply bring it to a head. It becomes more dramatic. Usually people don't handle it well. They just turn it into an ego game or break the vow secretly. That's why religion's having so much difficulty, in my opinion. And to humbly appreciate not knowing, because maybe that's not why religion's having difficulty. Maybe there's other reasons. Can we appreciate not knowing how things are, how we are, how our situation is? And that includes the need to eat, or the need to not make money, or the need to make money, or the need to have sex, or the need to not have sex, or the need to be desired, or the need to not be noticed. Humbly appreciate not knowing, because all those postures we take, especially the posture of the movement from the static feminine to the dynamic masculine, where we're like, oh, maybe if I go back, maybe if I am wounded, then I can be helped and supported. And the fear of that impulse, which is similar to the impulse to jump off a cliff, right? That impulse, if we simply bring love to those impulses of Thanatos, and the fear of regression, returning back, the butterfly, not becoming a butterfly, but the caterpillar just simply going back to dissolving. Bring compassion to that. Appreciate not knowing and the desire to know. To forgive the desire to know. And through all of that, we're learning unconditional self-acceptance. Is this why the universe is the way it is? I don't know. Maybe. So we make this moment about this moment. Yes, we have peace. No. Oh, I got to share this. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I need to be this. Oh, I need to be that. Should I do this? Should I do that? All this thinking would bring unconditional self-acceptance to the judging, the resisting, the seeking control. That non-acceptance, the negative adaptive child, negative free child battle, the imbalance. And invite ourselves to humbly appreciate, once again, not knowing. To ask ourselves, what's blocking me from making this moment about this moment? So again, the static feminine, we're moving into the dynamic masculine as we grow up, and most of us are still trying to do that, break away from that unity with God, with the womb, with the mother, fear of judging the mother, or our feeling that we must judge the mother. Such complexity with the relationship with the mother and with God. They're just metaphors of the same thing, perhaps. So the desire to harm yourself, to be cared for, is an attempt to turn back to the static feminine. It's okay. It's super creepy. It's leading to dysfunction. But at the same point, it deserves our love. Then moving from dynamic masculine to static masculine, this is all from Gareth Hill. The desire to promote ourselves or downgrade ourselves for a larger identification. So joining some kind of group, some kind of career, some kind of model. It's really the fear of that backslide. I think that's what's driving it. The fear that we can't escape the static feminine, or that part of us doesn't want to escape. It's willing to harm ourselves to stay immature, to stay with the mother. And this fits into Cartman drama triangle. Anyway, so then from the static masculine, if we can transcend and include that framework, and transcend and include the dynamic masculine's issues, and transcend and include the beef we have with the static feminine, then we're like the butterfly, we're going forward, we dissolve, and then we can be carefree of the dynamic feminine. Now, is awakening or madness the only way? Maybe, I don't know. I have seen very few examples of people in dynamic feminine. From dynamic feminine, it's an easy glide into the static feminine. And dementia is often where we see this happening, this kind of playfulness that happens